it was so amazing just being around these talented people, you know, watching them display their talents and just, you know, be amazing. Like literally the conversations that were had, like, you know, the good times, like the performances, like the little workshops we had, and just this program overall was just like the best community to have. Like I'm telling you, like I spoke on like some of my short form videos on Instagram and all that. Like literally having an artist community is like the most important thing you can have. It's amazing, like literally how art can bring people together. Like if you're an artist out there, you know, when you connect with another artist, it's like the best feeling in the world, because it's like literally you connecting with a whole like-minded individual, basically another person that thinks like you, that literally does the same thing that you do, which is creating, you know. So it's like it's an amazing feeling, and when you're amongst a group of those individuals, oh my god, it's like you're amongst the art family, you know. Well, what's up, y'all? So, Peace Studio 2023 Part 3 finale is finally here. It's been like, what? It's been a year, I'm not gonna lie. It's been a year, and it's been a lot trying to edit all this. Like, I recorded a lot, but I don't regret it. So, but literally, this is probably, I would say, my favorite part of the whole video, like, series, but definitely, yeah. It's probably my favorite, I don't know. But this one is a long one, is basically movie length. Yeah, about movie length, but it's worth it. If you don't go through the whole video, definitely skip to the end if you really want to see like the bread and butter of it all. Like literally we've got some great performances, literally some great proposal pitches for like this grant that we all were, you know, proposing for, and we're showing literally probably my favorite part, the short films. Definitely watch the short films, because everybody who put their time and effort into it were amazing. Literally got some talented people. So yeah, like this program was amazing. Honestly, I had a great time. Like, I hope you guys enjoy part 3, and be on the lookout, because mind you, this is a year later, so be on the lookout for Peace Studio 2024. Bye.
Miami native, by way of Rachel High. She's the mother of an incredible daughter, a Griot, international poet, educator, culture worker, performance and collaborative artist. Been awarded every goddamn residency there is, including that artist in residence in the Everglades, which I'm grateful to be a part of. Ulai Big House Art Complex. She's won an Ellie Award, Waymaker Grant. I swear folks are going to start making up awards just to give them the Arsenal McCoy.
I mean, let's do it.
This is Arsenal McCoy, y'all. Naj is a new friend we just met, raised in Durham. She's been exhibited at Bridge Red, Manila Projects, Little Haiti Cultural Center, as well as in France, and MoMA PS1, so many other places. I borrowed this though from her website because I loved it so much. I quote, "A preacher's kid and daughter of musicians, raised on gospel music and HBCUs. Before she committed to being an artist full-time, she was a basketball player who used to be a kid who wanted to be an artist." Her art practice has in some ways become the probing of these intersections, and that's why we brought them both together today to explore intersections. But I will not say any more than that. Arsenal and Naja, y'all.
Dramaturg and rabbit holes. Okay? Rabbit holes is probably a term that you are very familiar with. How many of you are familiar with the term dramaturg? Oh, y'all smart. Before we go. Oh, no, I'm not going to. Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to give the title, you know, let them know they're looking at it. Y'all give it up for this Black presentation. It's so cute. But yes, we're going to be touching on both of these as a part of our process as creators. And take what you will, leave what you don't. And that's how I run my workshop. All I can do is tell you my business. If you like my business, tell my business. If you don't how we're doing collectively, and then we'll just kind of try to weave through in order. How you doing? And we'll go this way and like snake around the room.
Right now, today,
I am calm.
Slightly tired.
Slightly tired. 3 words.
Oh, slightly tired but calm. Ah, damn.
You a rapper. Slightly tired.
Calm. Okay.
But also I
Set it up.
am excited and
Raising the frequency
of my mind.
But I am grateful for the most amazing opportunity. The people around that create products, creations. They are awesome.
but also
Inspire collaborations and
We're vibing together.
Yeah.
striving for better.
You have no idea what we're doing.
Jason's looking at you like, what?
Workshop.
I literally
Three words.
So what he said, you continue.
So repeat what you said, brother.
striving for better.
Striving for better. It's about how
Lives for all.
lives for all.
All for one.
All for one.
Real proper love.
Real property. In the back.
I think let's give Diego a running start. Mariana, you can maybe go.
My cup is full.
Full. Full.
3
It's
words.
recipe. I love it. Full and money.
I feel good.
How are you?
Good morning, good morning.
So now we're over here. Yeah.
I feel good.
I feel good.
Good kinfolk.
It's kinfolk.
Oh,
It's what I think it's one
that's one word.
I think it's one word.
Kinfolk is one word. With my kinfolk.
Yeah.
Oh.
So you know what I'm talking about. Yes. It's really, it's really.
I feel inspired. To create new desires.
That's 4 words.
That's four.
Go create to create new desires.
Did we like Yeah, okay. Look at us. Yeah. We really gangsters in real life.
We do cute headshots.
We do have cute headshots.
Oh my god.
So, dramaturg. For those of you who said that they do know this term, can you share a little bit about what you know about dramaturg?
As far as playwriting goes,
Yes.
like as a playwright, dramaturg's job is to come in and flesh out the world of the play.
Yes.
The circumstances, the history, the backgrounds, the characters, the places, the locations, and the connection it has to the world outside and beyond the play. And how it connects the audience members, the actors, and the playwright's vision to what's actually happening on the stage.
Do you have an example of where you exercise dramaturg? Is there a particular play?
So I've written a play about my ancestors and the people of South America. And part of my research was to read historical text based upon what happened. And my research was twofold because my ancestors, my people have oral culture, oral tradition. So I had to speak to elders, I had to speak to wise men, I had to speak to my parents, and get the familial stories in order to have better context of what they've been through. And now, as I'm writing my next piece, I'm reading basically a journal about a soldier who, from England, went to South America and was fighting in a war against them with people.
Nice stuff.
Yeah.
But you still gotta send me my check. It's not my fault. You brought smart people in here. That's not my So that's exactly right. This is the way that I like to create. How many poets do we have in the building? Or people who use language in their work? That's a better question, yes? And so people think, poets, right? We go through something, we write a poem, right? Got a breakup, here comes that poem. Lost your job, coming at you. Yes, baby, okay? But for me, because my favorite thing to talk about is growing up in Miami, specifically, I'd like to do a dramaturg approach to speaking about the different nuances of growing up in Miami. There is a narrative about the culture here that sometimes feels very opposite to the life that I live, especially as a Black woman. I grew up down south, anybody from down south?
Yeah.
Hey, what's up with that down south? Okay. And so I grew up in a neighborhood predominantly Black, built for World War II veterans, houses that were passed down generation to generation to generation. Whether you were a banker, a flight attendant, post office worker, or a trapper, everybody lived in the same place. We all knew everybody's mama, we all knew who everybody was and they people, they came from, yes? And so I like to talk about those particular conversations and back it up with research and back it up with storytelling, yeah? And dramaturg is my approach to that.
Yeah, I think, as a segue, I think that I allow myself to go down a lot of rabbit holes. And, as Ali was saying earlier, I have a very unique background as an athlete and as an artist and as like a person who thinks that the church is like the coolest club, that the music is super lit there, and how do all those things kind of mesh together? And I think in some ways, like that is nonsensical in this kind of surrealist down the rabbit hole kind of Alice in Wonderland way.
Everybody knows Alice in Wonderland, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just making sure. Just making sure. We passed generations, y'all young. Y'all young. I go to whenever I'm stuck in creation is my father. My dad is the wise man on the hill. My dad is the Buddha. My dad is also, he's rude. My dad is rude. He's so many things. He's an old man. You know what I'm saying? Like old Black men, they different. You have because I've had so many conversations with young artists that are, moving out of their homes, that are really pursuing art. We're seeing a lot more people, standing their ground on what they want and what they need and trying to explain that to old parents. And, I want to be the one to be like, do your thing, screw it, leave. I'm like, you better stay home. The housing crisis is real. Apologize. I say, because I'm 36 years old, y'all, and my parents still don't know what I do, okay? And they're still trying to understand it. And so, what I have done to make up for those things is I have these conversations, and sometimes they're on purpose, to help my parents understand my thought process, to help them understand creation for me and what it looks like. One, please don't ever be afraid to speak your truth in your heart. Do not be afraid to be transparent about the conversations you want to have. There are conversations that are necessary to have, especially now, especially with the state that we are in this city. Please do not hold back. That's all.
What we want to ask you guys to do is come up to the computer. What's on your mind? And then the next person come up and be like, you know what, that made me think about this. And we're just gonna go down a collective rabbit hole together. No, there is no order. There's just like run up here if you think of something, and we're excited to see, where it leads.
I'm very excited.
Okay. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So.
Right, if I put you out of the one that so I do with my kids. I say, put on your thinking cap, pull it down, make sure it fits. So yours don't fit? Okay, get that one over there. That's it. So I don't have to wrap it on that.
You want to start, Ursula?
You sure you want me to start? Yeah. Cause I be looking at loose stuff on there. Okay. I love to find some weird things.
It's kind of hard for y'all to see,
Trick Daddy in a glass box. Trick Daddy in a glass box.
Can the image like the screen be zoomed in on the top?
Let us follow you.
Let's get it. I can't wait.
I just want to know, so Trick Daddy brought you to the R. Kelly South Park episode? Okay.
Because you typed in Trick Daddy in a glass box.
That's right.
And then I heard someone say in a glass closet. And then I remember in this episode, they were telling Tom that the closet was glass. And they had our Kelly come and they were in the closet. And it was a funny episode.
That was a great rabbit hole. Let's continue this. You got the episode.
Oh, I watch it every day. I'm almost done.
What?
Gay porn? What?
Oh, John was in the episode too. That's true. John Travolta was in that same episode. It was like all the actors that like they like were gay type of thing. It was really cool.
I want to know what Nicole has to say.
Not the past sign. you imagine? Zooming into the picture was funny.
Oh my god, I was there, but then I hit them up. I was like, I felt bad. I was like, what? How did we get here?
That's a wonderful question.
Am I confused?
That is a wonderful question.
What? I don't even know that. How did we get here? Is it for black people? It's a silent Is it? That's a good question. What are the
I just heard about the whole song.
international that we should? How much does it cost to move? How do we keep
They said it's only 3,000, 5,000 compared to the 50 M's. That's crazy.
And some of these places pay you.
Right. There's a lot. I have a bunch of Instagram reels like
You said there's a lot of people on Instagram?
I have a lot of posts on Instagram explaining different things. I can send you. And I have them all saved because you don't really know.
Okay, so I was part of the grant writing course. Here are a couple things I think that everyone would be able to take away if you weren't sitting there. One thing is that crazy concept, people actually do want to give artists money. It is a thing. Like, we're all running around the world, guess what? People's got money. Okay, so everyone here already has established themselves one way or another. There are people who have their art on display. There are people who are saying, oh, I've already done such a film, I've already done such a gig. Start what we talked about earlier about networking your net worth. Pull whatever resources and whatever shows you have together. If someone has like a picture of you like performing, if someone can give like, you know, like a short review as like, oh, I went to this person's gig, this is how they performed, this is how I felt, they were great, they're fantastic. All of that stuff is great for you, for your artist resume, and also just like when you're going to these people, when you're going to brands, they're asking about like, what have you done? What can your art form or your LLC or your company or whatever you're trying to do, how can that benefit the community? How can that bring in revenue, and so on and so forth. Okay. We talked about like, you know, specific criteria like filling out grants and then budgeting and so on and so forth. It is a lot of logistics. It is a lot of new vocabulary, and it can be intimidating. It's literally just picking up like it's literally like from my own experience, like having come from like someone who didn't understand to where I am now. It's just about understanding specific vocabulary and just like key terms. It's studying. It's literally going home, doing research, getting on Google. That's your best friend. Google Scholar. I use that all the time when I was like just starting out in like freshman and sophomore year of college. That is your best friend because it narrows down all of your sources with like reliable sources. .gov, .net, .org, all that good stuff. And then lastly, we talked about there are so many different ways as to like how grants work. Like sometimes it is just like, okay, like you fit the criteria of like what we, which by the way, like when you're asking for a grant and applying for it, it has to be a middle ground of like, here are their core beliefs, here are your core beliefs, what can we do together, and will this be a prosperous, you know, relationship on both ends? So it is like, it's a mutual agreement between you and this other party. We talked about like a physical sponsorship, which like many of us are like small artists who are just starting out. We're like a bunch of, you know, 20-somethings running around. What are we gonna do? There are other ways and other organizations that you can reach out to that they will like sponsor you on your behalf, and when they receive the grant, they funnel it to you as well. And also in terms of grants, sometimes it is, you know, just as easy as like, you know, here's the grant, here's all the money, we'll check in with you like in 6 months to a year. Other times it is like, okay, here is 10% of the grant. You will receive like another 50% after your 6-month check-in with us. And then it's also like, how are you going to like let people know that we sponsor you? How are you going to show that we, you know, support you in this like, just like the current position or era of like your artistry that you're in right now? Again, these like agreements, it has to be 50-50 mutual. So how can you make them look good? How can they make you look good? Guess what? You give me money, that's all I need. Just let me run with it. And yeah, I have like 4 pages worth of notes that I took because she was a fucking genius.
At the end, so some grants will say they will only give money to a 501c3, a nonprofit. Some of us may have it, but many of us don't. And Thomas, at the end of the session, said that if you you all ever come back across that, you can come to the P Studio to be your fiscal sponsor. And so if you ever need that, you can go to that. Okay, thank you.
Sponsorships, I'll take this one. Corporate sponsorships. Everybody hears the word corporate and are terrified. Yeah. No, they're not terrified. As long as you know what your product is. What your product is and who your corporate sponsor is going to be. Find out where you can find homogeny, as I always say, where can you guys benefit from? What is their missions and values? What are your missions and values? And what is the product you're supposed to be giving? She gave me a lot of stuff. So, when you're approaching these corporate sponsors, there are three things you have to remember: the authenticity, the storytelling, and the experiences. The authenticity to yourself, the connection to the audiences that you have. When it comes to corporations, the authenticity to their brand and how it can be integrated into whatever your story you're telling. Now, if the story you're telling, whether it be about drama, whether it be comedy, whether it be presenting the art, find ways to integrate that. So she gave you a couple of examples for the visual artists out here. Corporate sponsors could be giving you a space so you can invite people to new spaces. You can even get wine sponsors, so when they're there, they can put up their bar there so you can drink the wine. When it comes to events, we have Miami Motel Stories. They have a fiscal sponsor of Perrier, and Perrier, they put the Perrier on the uniforms. They had it as a presenting sponsor, and all in all, because of the popularity of Miami Motel Stories, they ended up in the New York Times, which nobody could anticipate, but everybody knows the New York Times. And the experiences. What are people going to take away from these experiences? What are they going to talk about? They're going to tell their friends, they're going to tell their family, they're going to post about it on social media. That helps the brand, it helps you. The brand helps you can give you in-kind donations, so they can give you their product, so you can have it in space. They can give you monetary funds, and they can be the presenting partner. So they can give you the budget of like $30,000, Tanya Bravo mentioned. Also think about the online visibility. When you're what is it? Social media. Are you gonna have influencers come and take pictures in front of whatever the step and repeats that you build? What else? Well, offline visibility. So when we talk about offline visibility, the impressions that you make, how people engage with the product afterwards, beforehand, the after party, everything that happens in Miami, people talk about it, don't they? We talk about Ultra, we still talk about Ultra. We talk about Ultra all the time. What is your Ultra? What can you create? Because these brands, after 2020, are looking to what's new and exciting and coming up in Miami. Miami is your trend city. Are you setting the trends? Are you going to be the hip and happening? Yeah, it sounds a little surface, but then again, when it's you can create longevity by making these events recurring, by making sure that as you have success, as you are successful, they are successful, and you can continue to have more and more sponsorships and new and alternative spaces.
And this is like we're not really strangers card game, you know? And it has different sections. The first section is icebreakers.
Are you conservative?
Yeah. The first section is icebreakers. Getting to know each other. So if you are playing with your little abuelita, and then your amigo, and then your little dad, and icebreakers. And then the second section is social issues.
Social issues, so anything that we feel like is happening because I'm working in has to more attention, housing and rent, like those are two big issues, especially in Miami. So we wanted to highlight that and showcase that
the criteria they've been given to judge these projects. And so, those are the two things you're trying to communicate when you get up there. Here's the thing. Each group is going to have 5 minutes to present. And you will be timed. So after you've come up with your idea, you're going to want to take some time to prepare and maybe even rehearse your presentation. Yeah? All 5 of you can get on stage and each take a section. 1 of you can get up and represent the group. 2 people can speak in the front. The other 4 can beatbox. Whatever. Y'all can do whatever you want. But you have 5 minutes to answer those questions and give the panelists a sense of, you know, the 2 things you're judging you on. Whatever gets your ideas across. After 5 minutes is up, you're going to be able to field 1 follow-up question from the panel. So the 3 panelists will raise, one of them will raise their hand and they'll say, well, when you said this, what did you mean by, or whatever. You're going to ask them, you know, does this make sense so far?
Yes.
What questions do you have?
Will it be somebody's project that's already in the works? Or does this have to be completely new?
No. No. I mean, I would just say to child that, how are you going to get buy-in? You know, if you get buy-in, if that project that's in existence is what the group wants to put their shoulder in, you can. So there's no rules on that. Stefan.
We have presenting materials. We have a TV screen, HDMI cable, laptop.
Just what you got there. Just what you got there, unfortunately. Yeah, oh my, sorry.
Just what you got.
Yeah, unfortunately, and we did have a capacity because we did it last year here at O Miami because we'll have the film set up. We don't have AV support, so it's just what you can communicate. I mean, if you bring materials, we have chart paper and stuff. I don't want to limit you in that way or limit your imagination, but we don't have AV launch. Sorry about that. Question?
Are we going to be asked these questions and then we present, or we present and then?
No, I would basically go up and I'll say, next up is Team Red. And then you'll get up and you'll do your presentation. You'll hold after 5 minutes. You'll get your 1 question. One of your group will answer, and then la próxima. Yeah.
Of someone growing up in Liberty City from the 80s to present day. We aim to tell the story of this city that is named after the idea of freedom and how it is anything but that. You'll play here, grow here, after the idea of freedom and how it is anything but that. You'll play here, grow here, and witness the real-time consequences of how this city is being lost.
This video game is going to be developed as an immersive experience, which the character will be traveling through the landscapes and interacting with the community as the years go by. It will be a choice-based game where you get to know the neighbors and community members in Liberty City, get to know their stories, and as time progresses and the choices you make, as well as the current landscape and economy as the 80s to the 90s to the 2000s go on, it will be reflective in the landscape and how many of those community members will end up displaced. And we will be doing so by...
Yes, so we acknowledge that we don't have a direct connection to Liberty City. None of us grew up there, so we would like to bring authenticity to the stories that we can light on to the video game. So we would like to spend time on doing research by doing interviews to the people in Liberty City, reading books from own voices from Liberty City as well, and in general just getting the content, the research that we need so that the stories are authentic. And we also would like to make the website a place full of resources so people can get educated as we get educated to the process, to the interviews, books, articles, etc.
In terms of dispersing the funds from the loan, it would all go to the advertisement, the development of the game and the website, the travel, research, and the sound design. The development would be around $200, sound $400, advertisements, stickers, and including prints with the QR codes would be $200, and the travel and research $100 to $200.
And as for the marketing will be using postcards, sending them throughout the community centers and also through the neighborhoods. And also to reach the younger crowd, we would be using stickers, posting them around the city, and also using social media. And as far as managing the social media pages, we'll all as a collective be contributing to that.
Yes, and we're also planning on keeping track of all the developments that we're making in this project on a website with the research that we're doing, the interviews, the progress on the visuals.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the 2023 Artists Catalyst launch party. My name is Claudia Campos, and I'm the Associate Director of the program. Thank you so much for being with us tonight. This is the culminating event of 4 very special days. Full days of programming for our brilliant young artists. We're here to celebrate their brilliance and their hard work. If you are a catalyst, raise your hand. Woo! Yeah, 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 yeah. I know I said this time and time again during the program, but I just want to reiterate to you, you are amazing. And everyone in this room is lucky to be in your presence. And before we get into the good stuff, it's my pleasure to bring up the co-executive directors of the Peace Studio, Thomas West and Mariano Avila.
Such a pleasure to be here. So excited to be in year 2 of AAC Miami. It has been such an extraordinary week, and we just wanted to take a moment to say a couple thank yous. Really wanted to, for me, I wanted to say thank you to the people that have really helped make this week possible. Starting, of course, with Kimberly Green and the Green Family Foundation. And truly, they've been our lead partner from day one, and we couldn't do this without you all. So thank you.
Everyone, first of all, thank you to everybody who's here. Thank you for Catalyst, for coming, for being part of this program. But I really want to take a moment to recognize our staff. They are amazing. So as you all know, Alejandro is the mastermind behind all this. He designed it. He's been nurturing it since New York years and years ago. Claudia took over this year to direct it, to guide it, to steer it. And where's Talia? Talia's way back there. Talia joined us about a month ago and then just like dove in and has been incredibly supportive and critical to our process. So really thank you. Obviously, my colleague Thomas, who has been
this massive project that he designed for the over 7 years.
Yeah. My name is Alejandro Rodriguez. My friends call me Ale, so please call me Ale. The Artists Catalyst program is an immersive experience, and I think if you talk to anyone, Stefania's laugh means that it is fully immersive. We started on Wednesday night with a meet and greet at Naomi's, and this is our culminating event, and we have done a whole lot. You'll see some glimpses of that. The program is built around the questions that rattled through my head and my friends' heads while we were making a go at starting our careers, which were, how am I going to make great art? How am I going to make a living? And how am I going to make a difference? And we told the Catalyst what our program objectives are. We are not sort of like trying to do things to them behind the scenes. We told them this is what we're up to, and we're going to send you on Monday surveys to find out how we did and how we do better. The 4 things we're looking to develop are cross-cultural collaborations. Both Claudia and I are native plants here, so we felt for a long time that Miami is a deeply siloed city in many different ways, by geography, by race and culture, by art form. And so this is one of the few programs in Miami that crashes through those silos and collides artists from all different neighborhoods, different art forms, different backgrounds. That's one of our objectives. The second one is wellness and sustainability practices. It is our belief and our experience that making a career in the arts is a marathon, and that Miami can be very trendy and very of the moment, but what we want for these artists is way beyond that. What we want for ourselves, what we want for our communities is artists that dig in, that root themselves, and that are making work and building community in their 6th, 7th decade and beyond, you know? The third thing we're looking at is what we call self-efficacy, which is just building the follow-through muscles. Teaching them those tips and tools that are going to help them take the visions that they have up here and make them into events, published poetry chapbooks, concerts, EPs, and all the things that they have ricocheting in their imaginations. We know that they can make them happen, and we want to help them. So that's the third one. And the fourth one, which is the most important to me, is positive social bonds. So just relationships. We want the people that they meet here to be their bandmates, to be the people who design their cover art, to be the ones who write the film scores for their movies, and we want them to have a vague memory of what they did, but to remember the Artist Catalyst program as the time they met that person who was at their wedding, or you know, any number of things. So, and you can talk to folks. We'll have an intermission. Don't take our word for it. Talk to them. See how we did. Find out how it landed for them. We're definitely going to ask them because of the Green Family Foundation. We know we get to do it again next year. For the rest of us, the impact of the program is pretty simple and straightforward, but pretty powerful. We know that if we can strengthen Miami as a magnet to retain people who are rich in imagination and vision and empathy, that they will lead us towards the healthier, more inclusive, more equitable, more just Miami that we all want. And so we're a small part of the people trying to strengthen Miami's magnet, to not only draw our beloveds back home, but keep bringing them back and keep the ones that are here home, and making work here, because we know that they're the ones building the future we desperately need. So that's what it's in it for the rest of us. So thank you for being here. I'll come back in a moment, but I'll pass it off to my partner and friend.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Ale. All right, so tonight you're going to see some amazing short films. These films were ideated, shot, and edited in just one afternoon. And you'll understand why that is so impressive when you see how amazing these films are. So thank you to all of you. You're about to hear some incredible pitches for community impact projects, and we're about to be in conversation with world-renowned jazz musician Nicole Henry.
Sorry to kind of throw your stuff.
I love it.
Throw as much as you want. Maybe it's easier just to break the ice with a song. So, and this is Tim Jago. And I always mess it up. Jago.
Where am I?
J-A-G-O. And he's from Australia, right? And he's just one of the best guitar players you'll ever hear, and particularly in the jazz world, but just wonderful and beautiful soul too. So he's
all the reasons why you're the meaning in my life. Your love is a precious, precious gift. The way you take the time.
Tim Jago.
First, they came for the socialists, and I did not speak out because I was not a socialist.
Then they came for the trade unionists, and I did not speak out because I was not a trade unionist.
Then they came for the Jewish people, and I did not speak out because I was not Jewish.
And then they came for me.
And there was no one left to speak for me.
Hello everyone, I am Taina Adam. I use she, her pronouns. I'm a filmmaker and I'm Asian American.
Hello, my name is Sabrine Deal. I use he, him, or they, them pronouns. I am Cuban American and Guatemalan American. I am an actor and a comedian.
My name is Noah Sinclair. My pronouns are they, them. I am a mix of Cape Verdean and Peruvian American, and my directive is music in terms of vocal and instrumental.
My name is Natalia Rocamonde. I'm Cuban American, she, her pronouns, and I'm a dance artist, choreographer, and multidisciplinary filmmaker and musician.
My name is Eric Chipola, he, him. I am a theater artist and a journalist, Mexican artist.
My name is Naya Hardman. I am a writer and spoken word poet.
Thank you all for this opportunity to present the $1,000, and we will now share why or what we would do with the $1,000. So we need $1,000 to produce our stickers that will say Arte y Vida, Artizae ac la Vie, and Art and Life. We will explain further why we chose to utilize these phrases later on. The design on the stickers will include 3 ocean waves to correspond with all 3 versions of the phrases. The waves represent movement as an entity, as we want to encourage the actual act of motion based on the influential impact the Caribbean has had within their countries and Miami. The stickers will be designed collectively by the group. These stickers will be placed all throughout Miami-Dade in community centers, nail salons, libraries, pride centers, light posts, you name it. And more, all associated with hashtag Arte y Vida, which connects to websites and social media posts. Through social media, hashtags, people can connect and create any form of art to inspire the movement in Miami, first starting with us creators here on stage. You will also need the funding to purchase a website, domain, and Google Analytics. The websites will be designed by Naya and Ariel.
Arte y Vida, which translates to art and life, is a movement inspired by the movement Patria y Vida, country and life. Patria y Vida is a present-day movement in Cuba started by Afro-Cuban artists in response to what was first preached when Fidel Castro first took over, the saying, Patria o muerte, country or death. The Cuban people have decided dying is not the answer. They want their country, they want their freedom, they want their lives. As descendants of refugees who were forced to flee their Caribbean islands due to dictators stealing their freedom, we feel it is our responsibility to fight for ours. Currently, travel advisories have been issued in the state of Florida by organizations like the NAACP, multiple LGBT organizations. Our governor just signed the strongest anti-immigration legislation in the country. Funding for the arts are being pulled left and right when artists can't even afford to pay for groceries. Book bans are censoring the stories our abuelos survived through after fleeing a country that once censored their 20-year-old cries. And if Miami is anything, it is a city for immigrants, by immigrants. We feel that our city is sometimes left in the shadows when the rest of the country imagines what Florida is. I don't know about you, but I tell people I'm from Miami. But truth is truth at the end of the day, and I don't know if you know, but Miami is sadly technically in Florida. The Yeahhhh I movement would shine a light on the brightest city in the Sunshine State for the rest of the country to see us and want to fight alongside with us, and for a bridge to be built between older and younger Miami generations. We refuse to be forgotten. We refuse to have our stories be erased. We refuse to have history repeat itself. Arte y Vida starts with a sticker, a hashtag, and has the full potential to be a movement that awakens the people to remember to fight for their freedoms before it is too late. Thank you.
All right.
Hello, my name is Jalen Atwell. I'm he/him, and
my name is Mark Dormius. I use he/him pronouns. I'm Haitian American, and I'm a writer, musician, and a game developer.
Hello everyone, my name is Kedna Ashley. I was born in Port-au-Prince, Haiti. I am a visual artist, she, her pronouns.
Hi everyone, my name is Naisa Kajus. I'm Haitian American as well. She, her pronouns. I was trained in musical theater and I'm now a writer.
Hi, I'm Gina Fonseca. My pronouns are she, her. I'm Cuban American. I'm an actor, a creator, writer, and producer.
Hi everyone, my name is Elizabeth Guerra. I was born in Cuba. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm a theater director.
So we are going to be pitching our proposal, the Catalyst Journal. We would like, with your assistance, the ability to cultivate new ideas, establish a community, and build accountability for striving artists in South Florida.
So pretty much, the Catalyst Journal would be a free, downloadable, interactive journal made for all artists to inspire and manifest new ideas, provide a space for reflection, and be used as a resource to heal. This journal would include guided creative and meditative prompts, pages dedicated to free writing, doodling, and goal setting, questions to inspire new ideas and reflection, inspiring quotes and sections for one to even check in with themselves, geared towards healing and fulfillment as an artist.
So how are we connecting with local Miami artists? We will have a QR code that links to a free downloadable The Catalyst Journal PDF. Artists are able to download and digitally fill it in, or they can also print it out for themselves. The QR code will also link to the Catalyst Journal Facebook group. This group will help connect artists in the local Miami community. It will be an open platform for those who connect with the journal to connect with each other. The Facebook group will include a link to the journal so it's easily shareable, and more local Miami artists can join the group. This page will encourage artists to find collaborators for projects, promote events and their own works, even maybe share journal entries from the Catalyst Journal. We will create marketing materials such as stickers and posters to share in artistic communication spaces, community centers, coffee shops, event spaces, venues, etc. So how are we using the $1,000? $300 will be used towards marketing materials. We can purchase 5,000 stickers and 200 posters for around this price. The rest of the budget will be used towards a launch party to start the momentum on spreading the Catalyst Journal.
So we've been talking a lot about community, and I want to talk to you about the definition of community. It's defined as a feeling of fellowship with others as a result of sharing common attitudes, interests, and goals. So with that being said, I want you all to know that we are committed to holding space for community, building advocates and artists. We would like to include the members of our cohort and artists around Miami in the launch party in order to continue building community through artistic collaboration and connection.
This event will include a lineup of artists, visual art display, and live music throughout. Ultimately, the Catalyst Journal is a free resource that gives opportunities to honor innovation through personal exploration and artistic relationships. It will connect so many local South Florida artists and bond us through perseverance, empathy, accountability, and creation. Thank you.
Question. Jeff, look at Yeah. Welcome, Zion. We're about to get your group killed. Your group mates killed it. So when I say 3-0, you say 5. 3-0. 5. 3-0. 5. 3-0. 5. 3-0. 5. Hi, my name is Yeahhhh. I'm a Peruvian born, raised artist. I do music. I use he, him pronouns.
My name is Tori Scott. I use she, her pronouns. I am born here, raised here in the Philippines. And I am a visual artist.
Hi, I'm Maria Carla Cruz. I am Cuban born and Miami raised. I'm a visual artist and arts administrator.
Hi, I'm Zoe Clark. I'm also born and raised in Miami, and I'm in the pursuit of theater.
Great. So we aspire to create approximately a 14-page coloring book with pages comprised of unique art and forms, with pages which will be commissioned by local artists right here in Miami. We come from different backgrounds, so we would like to commission artists from different backgrounds. Along with the art, artists will have a single page dedicated to the artist's bios, websites, social media, and contact information, which pushes visibility. Even though this will be a physical book, we plan to also permit access to a digital PDF version of the book.
So, the name of this coloring book that we want to present to you is Shade. It is the shadiest coloring book. This was Tori's idea, and Tori, as a visual artist, would handle making the cover art outside of the art commission for inside the book. Maria has years of organizing and communication skills to be able to contact the artists, make sure we're all on the same page, things get done in practical ways. Zoe has experience in social media so that we can actually make sure that this coloring book gets passed around and is seen by people. Not with us, unfortunately, today, because we can make it, but another member of our team, Ali, creates video. I'm a musician. We would create the content, music, and visual for the social media presence. And I have experience creating zines using Adobe software. So once the artists submit their commissions, I would handle putting it all.
Many of you here grew up in Miami. We have grown with the city from the moment we were born in Baptist or Hialeah Hospital.
Hell no.
From New World School of the Arts or Carroll City High. In our youth, we have fond memories of playing in our yards, in the sprinklers, in the heat of Miami, or playing games with our friends in an empty lot. These experiences, although seemingly broad, undoubtedly bring back some memories of when and where we grew up. Something happens when you remember these things. You start to feel almost a loss for what was left behind, for that childhood or that past that you cannot revisit. Now think of how the city you grew up in changed. What did you notice? Did they close down the lot and build apartment complexes? Did they impose water regulations on how you can use your own water? Maybe they closed down the school that you went to. These stories aren't just happenstance. They are not the natural progression of life. Miami is a city that is being lost. Lost to time, lost to circumstances, lost to its own. We asked ourselves, how can we address the gentrification and rapid economic change in this city? Liberty City, to be specific, is one city that is about to be lost. We decided that the best way to do this is to hold a mirror to reality through a short 5 to 10 minute role-playing game where the player is thrown into moments in the life of someone growing up in Liberty City from the 80s to present day. We aim to tell the story of the city that is named after the idea of freedom and how it is anything but that. A city where kids once played on the streets daily is now plagued with traffic and industrialization. You'll play here, grow here, and witness the real-time consequences of how this city is being lost.
Pretty ambitious, right? We have some amazing developers, illustrators, and writers on our team, and I just want to say that we are creating a character that, you know, you can put your own name and you can get immersed into the city. But it's more than just that. It is a merge between a role-playing game and digital archives. So buildings that were existing in the 80s, the 90s, they will virtually be there, and we will tie in digital archives through them, so you can interact with them, you can talk to the people in that home, you can talk to people in the city hall. And then obviously, as time goes by, the landscape of the video game is going to change, new buildings are going to arise, and the story changes.
And we do acknowledge that none of us have a direct connection with Liberty City because none of us are from there and we're actually from different places. But still, we would like the stories because we were talking, we would like the characters to interact with neighbors of the city, and we would like those stories of those neighbors to be authentic. And again, we are not connected, so we would like those voices to be that way. So we would like to do research and be prepared in order for this to happen. So we would like to spend time doing research by conducting interviews in the city, actually researching some interviews that have been done in the past, researching by reading books, reading articles and stuff that's already being done. And we actually would like to make the website to be a spot for resources for people who want to know more. So as we are doing our research, we want people to follow our research with us. So we would like to post links for banned books about the topic, links to articles, the videos that we're going to be doing with the interviews and things like that, so people can follow the research journey.
And in terms of distributing all the funds, it would go to the advertisements, travel and research, web and video game development, the soundtrack design, and to estimate those costs, the development altogether would be $200 plus a $30 fee for the web domain, $400 for the sound work in general. Advertisements and stickers and prints with QR codes will be $200. And the last but not least, the travel and research, $170.
Now, as far as the marketing aspect, we will be using postcards, and not just postcards, but also stickers that we will be posting around the city. And postcards will be sent out to people's mailboxes and also given to community centers, because this is all about the community. And also, this game is not just, it's a game for literally everybody. So it's really directed towards kids or teenagers, but anybody can really immerse themselves in it because it's a PG game. It's very appropriate. And also, like within these community centers, you can go give people your information. People can give the community center your information, like phone number, email, and also we'll be using social media so we can target the younger crowd.
Yes, and also throughout this entire process, we are going to keep the website updated monthly with the progress of the visuals, the research that we're going to be taking, and we have an estimate of within a year having the demo of the first 3 minutes of the video game. And we hope to continue to get grants and partnerships that will allow us to push and develop this project even further, because we believe that Liberty City is only the beginning of the Lost Cities series.
So just to wrap up, I'm Joel Castillo. I'm going to be one of the writers.
I'm Mikey De La Osa. I'll be a writer and a digital archivist. I'm Nicole Viloria. I'm one of the writers as well.
Dion Lang, I'll be an artist/developer.
Anthony Hines Jr., I'm also artist/developer and marketer.
I'm Catherine Capruni, and I'm also developer and designer, and I'm shaking.
I use she, her pronouns. I'm primarily a sculptor and community organizer and visual artist.
Hello, my name is Anthony Barrios. I am a singer-songwriter and also social activist.
Hello, my name is Sofia Hidalgo. I'm Cuban American, she, her pronouns, and I'm a social media manager and graphic designer.
Hi everybody, my name is Annette Mago. I use she, her pronouns. I'm a Venezuelan American, also co-founder of a small nonprofit, entrepreneur, and an artist entrepreneur project. So last year, I find myself an artist entrepreneur with a problem. I had something to show to the world, but I didn't know how to begin. I was by myself and I had been trying everything to succeed for so long, and I was so tired. And then I met my best friend, a young entrepreneur. We started supporting each other with tips, with research, sometimes physically lending a hand. We quickly realized the value of this connection, something every creative, small business and organization could use. We realized, although Miami had no shortage of people trying to make it, the majority of us were struggling independently. If we pooled our resources, like my best friend and now co-founder had done with our own businesses, silently the load lightens. So more than 50% of adults will buy from brands that align from their personal values. We know for a fact that people want to support local. And yet, artists in Miami are struggling to push through the noise and expand beyond their niche collectives. If you search on Google right now, and you're looking for coffee shops, you're looking for art museums, you're looking for restaurants, what is gonna come up? Because of SEO, because of whatever, blah, 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 what's probably gonna come up is chains like Starbucks, McDonald's. For art museums, it would be something like Pam, right?
Pam is great.
Pam is great.
Hi everyone, we are the Orange Book Club and we will be pitching our banned book fair, a night of exploring our relationship with censorship within Miami. Our group consists of 5 Miami-based artists: Stefanja, a Surinamese playwright, actor, and director; Nicole, a Nicaraguan dancer, choreographer, arts administrator, and educator; Maya, a Paraguayan-American photographer and creative director; Danny, a trans-Brazilian Cuban musician and arts educator; and me, Mariana, a Puerto Rican performer and producer. Our event, the Banned Book Fair, we are exploring the impact censorship has on ourselves, our Miami community, and our country through a night of performing arts. It will be a free event taking place in Miami where each of us will put up an original reimagination of a banned book. Meanwhile, there will be food, drinks, and either PDFs of banned books everywhere or physical copies of these books. This part will depend on how successful we are on attaining banned booksellers, such as Books and Books, which Stefanja already has a connection to through City Theater. The impact we want to make with this event is to create a space to engage with the emerging issue of banned stories through art. You might be wondering, why do we want to do this? First, we want to create awareness for this emerging issue of books and stories being banned in schools and public libraries, primarily in Florida and Miami, with the hope that this will inspire others to fight and oppose these policies through engaging with our Miami community via this event. Which poses the question of, have you read a banned book? Or perhaps is a book that you love banned or going to be banned? You might
already been composed, but the musicians got together for the first time to create a new arrangement for this song. So we're gonna break up the 6 films. We're gonna watch 3, we're gonna have the musicians come up, play that song for us, then we'll watch the final 3 films, and then we will learn which of these groups won the $1,000 Michael Grant. How does that sound?
Simple as the lullabies with which we learn to speak. Sweet, uncomplicated melodies. Can you feel your heartbeat? When the beating's not enough and we chase someone else's melody, we will forget how our own heart beats. Is it only songs we sing in perfect harmony? Can we ever find the beauty in cacophony? What is wisdom?
What is wisdom? Is it lives forgiven, our sins forgiven, the story we were told when we're turned on? Are we doomed to cycle, sacrifice, and cry through our raw emotion as days go by? Mother told me once not to be a dunce, but we know through love can fly on the wing of dove. We can't compete, fight, or lie. Through their truth, they have come to me. What is wisdom? What is wisdom? I ask as my hands grow numb. What is wisdom? Grasps my head like a hellish drum. This unrelenting rhythm, these irreparable systems. What is wisdom but the life of what has become? If not, the return home. Love in itself is a superpower when you're able to navigate through this crazy world using love, utilizing love, knowing that love is your superpower. I think that love is something that softens people. Love is something that causes people to become vulnerable, to show their true feelings, to feel, to laugh, to cry. Something that a lot of people will not show you, which is why it's a powerful thing, it's a powerful tool to use. But it's not one that can bring harm. The reason why it's so powerful is because love is that superpower that will not harm. You can't harm with love. It's the opposite of hate. Hate harms, love heals. Healing is a power. And then when you said, is know what to do with that power, with that authority. I think about my kid now. Now I have this huge responsibility on my hands.
You know what I'm saying? We feel like we have all that time that we just do whatever it is that we want and be like, all right, go back to my kid and I'll feed the baby, do whatever. But sometimes we forget, and I'm not gonna lie, there's a lot of people out there, or now there's a lot of people out there that kind of just get distracted by the world. So if they get distracted by the world, what's gonna happen? They're gonna get attached to it. And when they get attached to it, the way they're gonna love is with the world. They're not gonna love with their heart, because their heart is already, it's long gone already. Once you get attached by the world, it's like a black hole.
You forget it's around you. It makes you, even though you're attached to the world, you're not grounded no more, type of thing.
Exactly.
And speaking about being grounded, I feel like this is a time that I felt the most grounded that I've ever felt. I've always been someone who lives in the clouds, metaphorically and literally. And now I feel so vivid, I feel so connected to me, my body, now my future, and my past, and everyone that came before me, everyone who Does that make sense? all connected, we're all aligned. Like, brings it right back to power. It's a powerful thing. Our lineage is a powerful thing. The love that had to flow through this lineage for us to even be here is a powerful thing. You know?
Love got us to where we at.
Exactly.
And now for a musical interlude.
Catalysts, guests, mentors, thank you all so much for coming out tonight. Thank you so much for the Peace Studio for bringing all of these amazing creatives together in this one beautiful space. My name is Noah Sinclair, my pronouns are they, them. I come from Hamden, Connecticut, and the song that I'm about to perform for you with these lovely fellow creatives is something that just came out of regular, schmegular, 20-something college angst, just running around, probably during finals, doing stuff we're probably not supposed to do. But it really just got me thinking, we are running around like chickens without our heads on, just trying to get a little piece of paper that says, oh, look at me, I did this, I'm smart, I'm educated. But yeah, thank you so much for bringing us all here tonight. This is one of 4 to 6 tracks that will hopefully be out on my EP, Youth Legacy, which will be out later this year. This is Elementary. Woo!
Sometimes I lie awake at night, thinking of all the things I've done wrong. Am I losing this fight? I go through the days pretending everything's alright, but I know like grandmother, I forget to call out a shame when we leave alone. Sometimes I lie awake at night. I tell myself my decisions are warranted with all my might. My father calls every day and I wonder why I am not as strong. Am I losing this fight? My decisions are like demons assigned to torment me with fright. Because of it, I can't remember the sounds of her song. Sometimes I lie awake at night. Fear has left me without hugs that are tight. If she leaves and I don't say goodbye, is that headstrong? Am I losing this fight? The truth that hurt more than the darkness is light. If I call back, she will forgive because I always belong. Sometimes I lie awake at night.
from the block. You best believe he'd be sporting Jordans, all kinds of different colors. His Air Force One's wider, brighter than anything you've ever seen, but not as fresh as the words he puts on paper. This boy is clean, making magic out of paragraphs. His clauses constructing cathedrals, his rhymes so smooth they make you want to bask in his voice, get sunburned off his soliloquies. I swear, you bow down to his renditions of Baby Mama Drama. He'd turn his hood into art and you'd worship it. Nah, picture this. The next Mozart is living on 14th Street, making music to the sound of people dying and mothers crying, using silence as his orchestra, making music so loud it makes you see colors, critics say. They listen to his ballads titled Black Boy Blues, and all they see is red. He is musical genius. Reincarnated Renaissance revolutionary, crowds swaying to the love of his rhythm, cause you already know he got rhythm. He may not speak great, but that's okay. He said, my music speaks for me. Would you believe me if I told you the next Picasso looked kinda like me? Kinky hair and skin that looks blue in the moonlight. She paints with her eyes closed, her soul leading the way. Balances her paintbrush in black girl magic. Her palette dipped in culture carries her artwork like a cross upon her back. She is artist. Nah, she is art. Painting with the colors of the neighborhoods you're too scared to drive by. Rousing her soul on the canvas and us marveling at its beauty. The thing is, I don't think you'd even get for the chance. I got this crazy feeling that you throw her flyers away, change the station if this Mozart played on the radio, if this Shakespeare came to speak at your park. I guarantee you wouldn't even give him the time just because the Elizabethan vernacular is AAVE, turning the where for our thousand to where it be asked, as if the Harlem Renaissance was never a thing, as if we can't be intellectual too. And I hate to break the news, but the next Shakespeare will be from the hood. Before he gets to us, because I swear he's coming. He is already on the way, and when he gets here, you gonna love him.
I just want to say real quick, it's picking up on a theme that's occurred a couple times right now. There's, if you plant love, you will harvest love. There have been love surrounding this program from the moment, Green Family Foundation said yes. We've just been getting so much support and so much yes because we're leading with love. And that's from, I want to thank Matt and O Cinema. Matt, thank you for making Culture Shock. There are some bags outside that are gifts from Culture Shock. Culture Shock is the audience development initiative of Miami-Dade Department of Cultural Affairs. And they were big believers in the program. They help us spread. Maria Carla and Melanie, where you at? Grab those on the way out. They're gifts, right? You plant love, you harvest love. I'm going to take this because I'm up here to make a quick shout out, and I try not to get emotional. We keep on saying that this is for us, by us, for my young Miami artists, by my young Miami artists. I have an admission to make. I'm probably starting like the middle part of my career, which I'm excited about, and I have been for a while thinking a lot, and I'm hoping that other institutional leaders in Miami are thinking a lot about succession and making space. And so it's been very deliberate about having an associate director who then becomes a co-director and who takes this program on next year. And Claudia Campos is your age. She is a catalyst. She's your age. The reason she always tells me the reason why she works so hard on this program is it's the program she is a part of and would be a part of. And everything from the name tags you all have to the welcome packet that was designed, to communicating with you on WhatsApp, to getting Edwige and Dale on that panel, to AV support, everything was this human being, Claudia.
Thank you, Ale. Thank you so much. Because I want to wrap this up. We only have the space till 11. I just want to make sure we announce the winners of the grant. So thank you to Meredith and Adrian and Adam for taking the time to pick this winner with intention. The winner of the $1,000 grant, drum roll please. This grant was made possible thanks to the Kingscape Foundation. Thank you. But because this was so amazing, Daryl Shrigardis, who is a constant Peace Studio supporter, has matched the grant to make it possible for one more winner to This is, yo, to this beautiful, to the 2023 Artists as Catalyst cohort, that they may find the courage and support that they need to help realize this city's potential and to make, and in doing so, to fulfill their own and all of their ancestors' wildest fucking dreams.
So I believe to my core that a program to support young artists is only as good as the people who lead it and the space that they hold. And what I can tell you is that Alejandro Rodriguez, the program director of the Artists as Catalyst program, is not just good, he's exceptional. What you might not know is that Ali has been doing this work, this type of program, for more than a decade. By my estimations, there's somewhere between 600 to 700 young artists all across the U.S. who participated in a program, a Catalyst program like this. And as it turns out, I'm one of those artists. In 2018, I was struggling to find purpose. I had trained as an opera singer. I loved music, but I hadn't found my people, my community, that had the same questions that I think so much of us have around how do we make great art, how do we make a living, and how do we make a difference all at the same time. I can honestly say that I would not be executive director of the Peace Studio if it weren't for Alejandro. To get to work with him as a colleague, to build this flagship program here in Miami, and to begin to expand it all across the country is really the honor of a lifetime. And Alejandro will be a forever critical part of the Artists as Catalyst for years to come. But as he mentioned and talked about succession, I think he's planning to take a reduced role next year, and so I would be amiss if I didn't take a moment to ask you to help me thank him. As I humbly represent the hundreds of young artists who have found greater purpose, new skill sets, and a real community because of this program, because of Alejandro. We love you, Ale.
Yeah.
Token of our appreciation, although no gift could ever do what you've done for all of us. So, to Alejandro.